Hello, Aquarius. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is your energy update for the week of the 2nd of August 2021. I hope you're doing well. Be sure to check out your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus sign for a full, complete picture of all of the energies that you've got going on this week. Aquarius, I've got a live show 3 times a week live here on YouTube called Psychic Cafe. I would love to see you in there. And if you're interested in a private reading with me, they are available from my website, BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that down there. So let's see. Aquarius, what have you got going on this week? Let's get some cards out for you and see. There you go. There's your first card. Let's see what it is. Aquarius. Willing entanglement. Oh, I haven't put those away from the last one. Hang on. Willing entanglement. Getting involved with someone or something, are you? Willingly. Not against your will. It's something you're willingly getting into. Could be a new relationship. It could be a new job. Getting entangled though. So taking on some kind of a commitment is what I'm getting there. Aquarius, tell us more for Aquarius. What's this about this week? Imagination. Oh. Imagination. Right, so whatever it is you're getting willingly entangled with, you could be imagining it. You could be imagining that it's more than it is, or that it could lead to more than it is. Let's just see how this develops. We've got, yeah, I'll get some tarot out and see. Because that imagination, yeah, sometimes, you know, it's like the rose-tinted glasses thing, or us just being so overly optimistic and thinking that something is going to be great when it might not necessarily be that way. King of Swords gains clarity on something. We've got the Five of Pentacles here, so feeling left out of something. That's too many. Tell us more. What else has Aquarius got going on? What else has Aquarius got going on this week? The Seven of Cups, some choices to make here. Yeah, I do feel like you're making a choice this week, especially with that willing entanglement. Are you willing to get entangled? Are you being real about where this could head? Or are you just imagining it all being roses? I would warn against that, imagining it. I'm not saying be pessimistic, but you know, sometimes we get overly optimistic and think, this is it, this is like brilliant, the ideal person, the ideal job, just we see brilliance in it. We can get ourselves hyped up sometimes. King of Swords, get clarity on it. Clarity. Okay, why have we got the King of Swords here for Aquarius? The Four of Voices. So take time out to think about it, dream about it. But this is like rest and recuperation. So it could be really exciting. There could be like a new relationship, someone new shows up, or a new job that you're applying for, you're being offered. And you need to take some time to imagine, yes, but also to, I get some kind of balance about it too, is what I'm getting there. Let's find out what's behind this, Aquarius. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we can get an offer, or we meet someone someone new, and we think, this is it, like this is going to be perfect. This is the one, like the universe has given me what I've been asking for at last. And then we get like, you know, ahead of ourselves in our imagination. We can say yes to that, and then what happens down the line? We've all been there, right? What happens down the line is then we realize that it's actually it's a mixture of everything, like everything always is, and we get disappointed by that. Oh, I thought this was going to be perfect, but it's not perfect. Yeah, it's the perfectionist thing. It's the imagining something's going to be perfect and then getting willingly entangled in it because you think it's going to be perfect, and then it's not. Feminine energy. So it's something that you think you're receiving, as in, the universe has finally granted me the wish that I've been wishing for. So what was your wish for? Was it for something perfect, for something ideal? Because we're not going to get that. We're going to get something that's real. Like life is going to be real. Do you know what I mean? It's like My business is great, but it's got its drawbacks. Of course it is. I work really hard. And sometimes, like in the last few days, because I had the extra day's work, like full day work to do because of the August readings, it's tiring. It's really tiring. Adding a day to my already full schedule of shooting, it's really tiring. So, but what I'm trying to say is it's real. It's, I can't expect to be successful or have a lot of money without putting that work in. And so I can wish all I like for something for success without the work, but it's not going to happen because it's got to be real, right? You've got to put energy in to get energy out. And so with that feminine energy coming out there, it's almost like you want to receive it without the thing that you need to give for it, which is making you overly optimistic. It's why you're getting willingly entangled, right? But be careful because it's making you overly optimistic. How very different than Pisces, because there's Pisces. I've just done the Pisces reading, and there's them being overly pessimistic, and you're kind of the opposite. Five of Pentacles, feeling left out. What's this? Five of Pentacles. Why is Aquarius feeling left out here? Why the Five of Pentacles for Aquarius? Why the Five of Pentacles for Aquarius? Why the Five of Pentacles for Aquarius? Three of Emotions, a reunion. Now this could be like school reunion, family reunion, friends all getting together. They didn't invite you. It could be about a love reunion. Your past love didn't come back. You thought they were going to come back because you thought that they were perfect for you. You were willing to get entangled with them, but they didn't come back. Or they've come back and they're not what you expect. What you expected. It wasn't as perfect as you imagined it to be. There's something about that. Hard lesson when we do that, when we get overly optimistic or rose-tinted spectacled about something. We get hard lessons. Balance is everything, a balanced perspective, balance in our lives. Balance is everything. Healing energy. So there's something in the past to heal there. It's the past. It's a reunion that didn't happen here. Someone didn't come back. It didn't work out. And that's why you're feeling left out. And so that could be why you're trying to move on. So if someone didn't come back, you could be trying to move on, like in your career, and you might be thinking, this new job, it will just fix everything, or this new location, if I just move to this place, everything will be all right. That pain won't hurt me anymore. Or if I get into this new relationship, this one is going to be perfect and I can get over that past one. It doesn't work like that, does it? We can't bypass. You've got to heal that past thing. Seven of Cups. What's this Seven of Cups about? Making choices. So be careful of the choices that you make. You've got many options. So I think this is saying, like, don't be delusionally optimistic about this thing because of the pessimism about the past. You know what I mean? So if you haven't healed the past, you've got that overly, I never want that again, that pessimism kind of thing. And you might counteract that. This is the roller coaster, right? Pessimism. So you counteract that with optimism, overly optimistic. And neither of those is a good thing, right? You'll be on this roller coaster, pessimism, optimism, pessimism, optimism. So it's you need to get to that balance, right? It's all about balance. So not being overly optimistic and not being overly pessimistic, just being real. And then you can make some good decisions here. Seven of Cups. That's what I mean. It's always about balance. Otherwise, we're on a roller coaster, And we do that with everything. It's like the empathy one as well. So being overly empathic. So we're like, guys, no, I'm just going to look after myself now. And then overly kind of narcissistic, non-empathetic, and then we do this. Codependency, narcissism, until we learn that balance, right? Overgiving, and then we shut down completely. We do it all the time, right? And we've just got to find that balance, and then life goes smoothly. smoother, but still real about it. These things will come along, you know. Seven of Cups, because perfection, like it just doesn't exist. So there's no point in looking for it. Seven of Cups, the Lovers. Choose wisely, the Lovers. Neither too optimistic nor too pessimistic. So yeah, it just seemed, wow, it's a week of love for sure. But it just seemed, Aquarius, that you've got a reunion that didn't happen. It's breaking your heart. So you're responding to that by being overly optimistic in a new one that's coming in, or just thinking that a new one could come in that's just all good. Like, you're not all good. I'm not all good. Like, we're going to break people's hearts. We're going to do things that people don't like. We're going to trigger people. That's life. That's what we do, right? And the trick is to become a more resilient person, loving yourself and all of that. And then hopefully find someone else that's doing that to have a relationship with. Growth. Yeah, it's all about growth. It's all about your growth. So, yeah, tend to yourself first and then choose someone that is also tending to themselves. Careful what you're choosing, especially if you're on that roller coaster. So, what's going on in your love life? Aquarius, what's going on in Aquarius's love life? Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. There you go. So you do have someone new coming into your life. You're feeling passionate about someone. There's just a word of warning this week, isn't there? Because you could be imagining without clarity that this one is what the universe has granted you after all of this hardship that you've been through. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. The universe doesn't work like that. It doesn't compensate for us. We get our lessons and we need to learn those lessons and do something differently and approach things in a different way. Just be careful. A new romantic cycle begins. Yes. And it's going to be a lesson. It always is. Tell us more for Aquarius. Tell us more. Cupid seems to be out this week. I mean, I've only done Pisces and you so far, but it was all about love, both of you. Could have Pisces coming into your life. You very well could have a Pisces coming into your life, in fact, because if you have been overly optimistic, you might meet Pisces being overly pessimistic at the moment. You know, if you're being extreme, you get the opposite extreme. You attract the opposite extreme to balance each other out, to show the extremism to each other, to be that mirror. Purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. Isn't that interesting? So you possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. So you are able to, Aquarius, it might not be good for you, but you're able to do this, to consciously choose love and choose to love someone. And instead of really asking yourself, is this good for me? Do I want to do this? Is this balance? Am I balanced before I'm even getting into it? Is this person balanced too? That kind of thing. So that might work against you, that purpose, the determination and the dedication to love might work against you. Do you know what I mean? Too willing entanglement, too willing to get entangled, too willing to love that person, too willing to put that effort in, instead of being willing to ask yourself beforehand, am I really ready for this? Am I really feeling in balance within myself? Am I really loving myself? Have I grown? Have I healed myself? Have I got over this past thing? Am I truly ready? Are you? Are you truly ready? I mean, we can never really know definitively whether we're ready or not. We do have to just keep on with life, you know. Because that's how we learn, that's how we grow. But there needs to be some point where we take a step back, and I think it's useful for all of us to do that, to go into that hermit mode and ask ourselves, like, it's just, you know, before we just keep on getting into the same, just making the same mistakes again, take a step back and appraise that. It works for me anyway. But I like healing myself, you know, I'm into that. Coffee cup. Meeting, conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. Talking. So you're obviously getting together with somebody. It could be this new person that you're putting on a pedestal here. You're interested. And you've got karmic relationship here. Fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons. So there are lessons coming along with this one. Of course, because there always are. And then that doesn't mean that it's not a relationship that won't last. Every relationship is going to have challenges in it and lessons in it. But the question is, are you truly ready for one that will last? And when do we ever know that? It's kind of come along to Psychic Cafe sometime, because this is what the guides have got us going through, is knowing whether we are truly ready. Tell us more for Aquarius. Oh, it was that one. It's the one that just turned over then because it was upside down. Waking the lion. Waking you up. So maybe you've been closed down to love for a while, Aquarius, and you're being woken up again right now. Get back at it. Practice again. Growth path. Willingly entangle yourself again, but be careful about it. What energies do Aquarius need to tap into this week? Independence. The more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. Help me feed and love this inner child, dear Lord. So become more freestanding, more self-sufficient, more so you're not needing other people, so that you just want other people. It's that balance that I was talking about. And compassion here. As you pray each day for greater compassion, a new self is born, drawing new people and experiences. Dear Lord, help me feel I have a deepening self-acceptance. May I see myself as you see me. So practicing that compassion on yourself, Aquarius, because you're coming up here as being too willing to love another, too willing to be compassionate to another, too willing to put all of yourself into it because of that compassion. And so you'll be missing it out. So again, with the balancing, compassion, the compassion scale. So willing to give everything for someone else, to willing, holding back for everything for ourselves, the compassion for ourselves, you know, having to go into recluse mode, hermit mode kind of thing to look after ourselves. But then we find that balance, you know, of being able to be compassionate to ourselves and others too, willing to love others, but not despite ourselves, loving ourselves too. That's what you're being called to do now. Is it loving to yourself to get willingly entangled this week? That's the question you need to be asking yourself here. Is it loving to yourself? Yeah. So tell us more. What else? What else do Aquarians need to know? It's time to go out and have some fun. So not so serious, Aquarius. It's not so serious. Have some fun with it. A mountain road. Yeah, it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be a mountain road. But you are on the path to that success, the road to success. So the relationship is a path. It's a path to knowing ourselves, loving ourselves, getting into balance and all of that. It's a path. And we need to be on that. Like I said, we can't do it by ourselves. We can't do all of it by ourselves. But sometimes it's good to do some of it by ourselves, especially the self-love part, you know. Got to do that bit by ourselves. But then we also need to get into relationships to see how far we've got with it all. And temporary situation. Got a temporary situation here. But it could be teaching you a lot about where you are with that past person, how much you've released there. Could be giving you a lot of clarity about your love life this week. So there you have it. That's your week, Aquarius. All about love, and it's all about the tangled, maybe mess that you've got yourself into in the past, and then not doing that again and figuring it out, and the choices that you make this week. So there you go. That's your reading. That's your week. Don't forget to click that like button down there, and while you're down there, click that subscribe button along with that notification bell to hear more from me. Have the best week ever, Aquarius, and I will see you tomorrow in the energy update for all signs. Bye.